Hello, I'm Sheila with the Grateful Goddess, and with me today is Ellie Pechet. She is an amazing healer, intuitive, medium. How do you want to be described?
Well, I'm a medium, I'm a shaman, and I'm overall, I'd say I'm a metaphysician,
There you go.
which is a healer on many levels.
Tell us some of the things you've been able to help people with.
I've helped people with a variety of issues, symptoms, and conditions. And from the woman who was in a rollover truck accident a few months ago, I was able to completely clear that trauma for her in one session. So she was able to drive on the highway again. To the woman who came down with shingles, and I worked with in England, and worked with her one session on Skype, and the next morning she woke up and all of her symptoms were gone and have not returned.
And there was the man with pneumonia who had pneumonia 11 times or something like that.
Yes.
And one session with you, and then he no longer has had any pneumonia. And it was a very life-threatening pneumonia. Yeah. So a lot of very physical things, but then also a lot of emotional blocks that people have. You're also able to clear those.
Yes. Well, I think that a large part of my ability to be as effective as quickly as I am with my clients is getting to the emotional cause behind the physical symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And by being able to hone right in to what that cause is and clearing that, it often takes care of the physical symptoms that they're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of him talking about when he was talking with Les Brown, and Les Brown was saying when the doctors tell you you're terminal, what it really means is they've terminated their level of knowledge, and they no longer have any knowledge related to the
That's
issue
true.
at hand,
That's
which
true.
I thought was so beautiful, because I know for you, the knowledge is never ending because you are channeling it from divine.
Yes.
So,
And that is so vast. There is so much more information. All we have to do is be able to access it. When we're dealing in the here and now, the physical, what's immediately in front of us, which is what the medical field does, it's much more limiting.
mm-hmm.
And so when we can really, what I do is I link up and I listen after a certain amount of conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hear exactly what needs to be cleared for that person.
Yes, and what's most amazing is that it only takes one session.
Well, one session
For
one issue.
Right.
Yes, I can clear a core issue every session. So if someone has had multiple traumas, or early abandonment or sexual abuse, which is quite common, I can clear one of those every session. So it really it's very fast.
Yeah.
And it lasts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I know that for a lot of people, we teach what we most need to learn. Was there something that you were learning, or is this just purely a gift that you've known from a child and have been able to give, or was there learning and clearing of your own that needed to happen?
Yes, that's a great question. I feel that the path of a true shaman is one of multiple deaths or near deaths, and every time that I have experienced and then risen above a certain challenge, my abilities have increased, and which is why at this point I can clear something as intense as a rollover accident, the trauma from that in one session, or the shingles in one session. It's not like I woke up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've had my own challenges and learnings that I've had to deal with and learn from and get beyond and rise again, like the phoenix rising, which is why I named my practice that.
Do you end up teaching people skills to tap more into their own intuition?
Indirectly. What happens is, every time that I do a clearing for a client, it brings them closer to their essence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a natural process that as they have their, profound issues from this lifetime and also from previous lifetimes cleared, which is part of my technique.
Mm-hmm.
I clear the issue from this life as well as the pattern from any previous lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
Every time something huge like that gets cleared, they are closer to their essence. So they just naturally are more in balance, more in sync, less anxious, and we can let our little mischievous side come out, and our playful side, and our loving side, and when we feel better about ourselves, we have more to give. We have more love. We just exude love and kind of passion, I guess. My goal with my clients is to increase their inner peace. Mm-hmm. And so every time they have another issue cleared, that inner peace is larger, it lasts longer. It just
because a lot of times you are dealing with not only physical issues but the emotional issues of depression or anxiety or things that are keeping them from their inner peace.
Exactly. And what is this life about if not to come to a place of balance and inner peace?
Yeah.
Because when we have inner peace, we have everything. We don't need anything.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.